Guys, alright guys, I'm gonna do a quick video. I'm gonna talk about my gang stalking experience, or organized stalking, I guess, or organized following. Yes, pretty much my experience so far. I mean, damn, bro, my bad. This thing keeps falling off. Alright. Anyways, this has been my experience so far. I mean, that I've been aware of it. It's been going on for like that I've been like 100% aware of it, like at least 7 years, 8 years or so. And yeah, pretty much a lot of people say that, you know, that we're imagining things, we're seeing things that are not there, but it's strategically built like that. Like, it's designed to make you question your reality and kind of like make you go crazy, sort of, in a way. So it's pretty much, it's just, you know, a group of people. It can be your family, somebody doesn't like you from the community, sometimes the government, who knows, you know. But pretty much what they do is they follow you. An example, my experience, when I used to come home, they will honk at me every time I would come home, or every time I would leave, they will honk at me. Another thing that will actually happen will be like, with my brother's neighbor, he lived in front of me, right? And when I used to live with my brother, because my brother's part of it too, you know, and he knows what's going on, but he doesn't tell me. And I'm pretty sure he's getting paid, because people are getting paid, you know, just to, like, I guess, do that on me, whatever. But pretty much whenever I would leave home, they will honk. Whenever I would come back, they will honk. An example, the neighbor of my brother, the one that lived in front, he was able to see my window when I used to live with my brother. And every time I would turn on the light in the morning, he would like turn on his truck. And I tested it out, because sometimes I would wake up earlier, sometimes I would wake up late, you know, like more late, and he would literally wait for me. So I'm like, okay, he's keeping track of me, right? But I ignored it, because, you know, like, I really don't care. And pretty much time went on, and I moved out. But this is the thing though, watch. I think they had cameras inside my brother's house, but he never told me though, or something, because every time I would tell my brother, hey, you know what, I'm gonna head out, or hey, you know what, I'm gonna go to the store, get something to eat, you want something? Like, every time I would say something inside the house where I was saying that I was going outside, pretty much the paramedics or the ambulance or the police, they would like literally like sound the alarms, you know. And I started to notice that, because it literally happened every time, you know, to the point where my brother knew about it too, and like, they were aware of it, but they were kind of like playing dumb, you know. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. Like, why are they playing dumb if, like, you know, if like something is going on? And it kept on going, you know. I moved out from my brother's house. Hold up, I think a cop is coming. Yep, it's not a cop. But anyways, I need to find the charging station. So pretty much, I moved out, right? So I moved out, and I was living with other people, and what they would do is also, it's like, at the 20-minute marker, they will sound the alarm from the cars, you know, or in the 50-minute marker, they'll be like, beep, beep, beep. So I started to notice that my family and other, you know, co-workers and other people, they would text me, or they would always call me at the 20-minute marker or the 50-minute marker. And I even got the screenshots, and I got a video on it actually. So pretty much, like that kept going, and I just played dumb because I'm like, okay, like I'm not crazy. This is actually going on. Oh damn, where's the church? Oh, it's on the other side. You see? Yeah, the charging station's on the other side. Yeah, because I'm looking for a charging station, but it's on the other side. And pretty much, yeah, like, they would honk, and they would text me. I would play dumb because I was like, okay, like I'm not crazy, I'm not doing drugs, so I'm gonna see what's up, because I didn't know what was going on. So time went on, and pretty much, I mean, it continued, dude, to be honest. Whenever I would come up from my apartment, they would sound the alarm, like beep, 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 beep. Whenever I come back home, the same thing. And then I told my brothers, I'm like, hey, you know what? Because when I already had my other apartment, I told my brothers, hey, you know what? Like, I'm getting followed, this and that. And they're like, no, don't worry, nothing's happening. You're cool, you're cool. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. I mean, usually people should be like, hey, you know what? Like, let's see who's following you, But they were like, no, nothing's going on. I'm like, okay, I guess. Pretty much 2 days later, my parents came from Mexico, and they told me if they could stay with me, and I told them, yeah, stay with me. But it was a setup though, cause pretty much, like, they were spying on me. They just came to spy on me, see what I had going on and everything, and to ruin me. Cause, an example, my mom started taking showers every time I would come home from work, right? And she knew I had to take a shower to go to my second job, and I couldn't be late. But she would do it on purpose. She would pretty much, take a shower, literally, like, she'll hop on the shower. She did it like 2 or 3 times, and I picked up on it. I'm like, oh shit, like, she's doing it on purpose. So I told her, I called her, I'm like, hey mom, like, can you please take a shower in another time? Cause I gotta go to work, and I gotta take a shower and this and that. And she got mad. She's like, oh, you're trying to kick me out. She just made a big old scandal, but it was on purpose though, cause she wanted to give me a bad image with my neighbors. And like I tell you, everything's done deliberately. Like, they told her to do that, whoever's running the Gangstalking program. And we had an argument, and she left, this and that, and I'm like, I guess whatever. So after that, my like before my mom came from Mexico, and my parents, they ordered a bed, right? And they told me, hey, the bed is gonna pull up right now. So I went to my apartment, and I was literally waiting there for like an hour, and they told me, hey, the thing's gonna be there already. And I waited there for an hour, and when I came out, the guys were just there in the van, just sitting there. And when they saw me, they started moving, getting the bed out, this and that. And I just left, and my sister called me. Everybody was calling me, hey, where you at, this and that. I'm like, dude, I waited there for an hour, and those fools were just sitting there, like, they're wasting my time. And I left, and but it was on purpose though, it was done on purpose. So pretty much, after my parents went back to Mexico, this is where it got weird, because now my sister started gaslighting me. Because I had 2 sisters, right, and 2 brothers. But now my sister started gaslighting me. Like, pretty much every time I took a shower on my day off, she would call me. And but she would call me within like at least 1 minute of entering the shower. Hold up. So yeah, so I was saying I had to charge the car right now, so stop the video for a little bit. But as I was saying, guys, pretty much my sister started calling me every time I will enter the shower, right, on my day off. Not like every time, but like kind of like mixed up, so I wouldn't notice it, So, but I would pick up the phone because she was my sister, and I'm like, whatever. So I started to notice it was on purpose, and I started to ignore her. Then once I started to ignore her, like within a week, somebody stole my jewelry, and I'm thinking I'm not saying it was her, but like she had access to the extra key, you know, that my parents had. So who knows, you know? But I moved out, and pretty much like before I moved out, what they also did is, like, when I would go to restaurants, they would follow me there. They'll like make people go inside the restaurant, like talk shit, like talk bad about me, or stuff like that, you know. Or like an example, they will know things, because an example, they will know my family will comment things that only me and my family knew, and those people will say those things so I can trip out, you know, so I can get confused. So I was like, okay, you know, that's not normal, you know. So that's when I started to realize that, okay, my family is working with these people. And I started to be more random, and when I started to be more random, that's when they started using other people to contact me. Because when I moved out, when they stole my jewelry and I moved out, pretty much I couldn't get an apartment nowhere else. It's like they put me on a list or something. And and pretty much I moved in with the friend, right? But later on I found out that he was also getting paid to like gaslight me. And I'm pretty sure not at first, you know, but after a while, yeah, he started acting the same, gaslighting me and everything. So I was like, okay, that's weird. And I moved out. I got my own place again. And this is where it got funny, because that's when I started to do Uber and Lyft. And I would take trips out of town to the airport and stuff like that. And every time I left my town, it was the same two friends that would call me, you know. But it was mostly one. And I'm like, okay, that's weird, you know, that every time I leave town, this guy calls me. So I started to leave town at random times on purpose to see if he will call me. And guess what? He still called me. That's how I knew that they were following me, or like, you know, keeping tracks of me. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start ignoring him. I'm gonna start ignoring him. So I started to ignore him. But this is when it got weird, because now when I started to ignore him, my sister started calling me instead of him, you know, my two sisters. And I'm like, what? Like, that's even more weird. I'm like, how is it the same coincidence but with different people? So pretty much I played dumb, you know. My sister will call me, she'll be like, hey, you know what, like, come over, like, this talk, this and that, blah blah blah. And I will go over to her house, you know, because she will invite me. And, you know, we will have conversation, because that's the thing, I will go just to see what kind of conversation she had, you know, or what she had to talk about. But she will have like a normal conversation, but next thing you know, she will invite me to eat, you know. And when she will invite me to eat, pretty much I will eat her food, but like within 10-15 minutes I will feel really sleepy, you know. Kind of like I don't want to judge her, but kind of like if they put something on the food, you know. So like some sort of drug or what do you call it, or poison. So pretty much I stopped going, and it continued, man. Like whenever I would go to a restaurant, whenever I would go to a store, they would try to crash into me. They would follow me. An example, a tactic that, I mean, they use my neighbors too, because every time I would come out from my apartment, the neighbors would come out. Whenever I would come home, the neighbors will come in. They will go up the elevator with me. Pretty much they would do anything to try and get like a reaction out of me, you know. So that's when I'm like, okay, this is not normal, you know, like they're actually trying to get like a reaction out of me. Like I'm like, it's been going on for a couple years, but like why though, you know? So that's when it started to get more real, because that's when my brother started gaslighting me, my sisters, my cousins, everybody started gaslighting me. And I got the screenshots, you know, texts and calls, and I'm like, well, what's going on? And I played dumb, because I was like, okay, you know, like, I got nothing to fear, you know, I'm not doing nothing bad. Then they started asking me for money. Pretty much they never paid it back. And after that, pretty much my last apartment that I had, my sister, they had her call me again every time I took a shower. So pretty much like an example, when it was my day off and I would take a shower, they had her like call me like within a minute of taking a shower, you know. And I knew the neighbor was in on it too, because an example, whenever I would wake up, like if I opened the window, he will open the window, or she, I don't know if it was a guy or a girl. And then if I would go to the toilet and flush the toilet, the neighbor would do the same thing. Or let's say if I would just go straight to take a shower, the neighbor would turn on the water for the shower too, you know. So I'm like, damn, so I'm like, is my neighbor spying on me? But later on, you know, I found out that he was, because my sister started calling me again every time I took a shower on my day off. And sometimes I will mix it up, you know. Sometimes I will switch up days just to test it, and she still called me, you know. And the other weird thing too, watch, I know they were planning and organizing it, because my other sister, she would tell me kind of what will happen before it happened, so I was kind of like aware of it, you know. And now like, okay, that's weird, you know. But this is the weird part though too. I had a life insurance, so I don't know if they try to cash in on the life insurance by, you know, organizing that and, you know, pretty much planning an accident or something like that. Because this is the weird part, watch. When I got the life insurance, I got it because I used to work for a company, right? And pretty much, I'll get it later. Pretty much, they told us, oh, if you're gonna work for us, it's good that you get life insurance so the customer can, you know, can believe that it's a good product. So I got it, but I got it for $50K, like the lowest. Excuse me. Like what, like 7 years later or so, 5 years later, like I'm not sure how many years, but last year when I canceled it, it was for $100K, double the money. And I never signed no papers, I never was aware of it, nothing. So I was like, what? Then the other thing they did too, they would call me and they would say they needed help, right? They're like, oh, we need help, this and that's an emergency. And I would go because they were family, you know. But later on I found out they were just set up scenarios on purpose so I can lose my time, you know, and lose money. So pretty much, you know, like I started doing test runs. I would leave town on purpose to see who will call me or who will keep up with me. And when my family called me, because I would leave town on purpose and they would call me just to like annoy me or keep tabs on me, and I didn't pick up the phone, the next day I would wake up with like a nail on my tire or like a flat tire, something that would cost me money, you know. And as a matter of fact, I think I switched like 5 tires in less than half a year. And then everything started adding up, you know. So I lost my apartment, I lost my 2 cars I was paying off, and from there pretty much I ended up homeless. Well, sleeping in the car, you know, that because I was renting for work. for the same reason that like when I rent a car, anything that happens to it, I get to make a record of it, you know, because it's a rental. So it's kind of like proof that something is going on. So pretty much I ended up homeless, you know, lost my apartment and all of that because I was too nice in helping my family. But that's the thing though, like I was helping them and being nice because they were asking me for help, you know, and that's how I am. You know, I like to help out people when I can. And sometimes when I can't, I still help them, you know. But once I ended up homeless, that they borrowed money and everything, everybody forgot about me. Nobody will pick up the phone. Nobody will call me. And it was like that for like 7 months. That I was living in the car, you know. And the harassment, like the stalking continued because, you know, sometimes I would take a shower in the gym and they would fill up the whole, you know, the bathrooms and the shower, so I had to wait. And just things like that, you know, things that would like delay me. Then when I confronted my family about it, this is where it got weird because instead of my parents getting mad at my brothers and sisters, they got mad at me because I found out about it. So I don't know if they were getting a paycheck out of it or something, but they got mad. And she told me, hey, like, I don't want you to come back to my house because you want to put your brothers and sisters in jail. And I told her, first of all, they cannot go to jail if they're not doing nothing bad, you know, unless they are doing something bad. And I told her, second of all, like, if you knew something was going on, like, how come you never told me over the phone or something? And she stayed quiet. She got red, and you know, she told me to leave, so I left. But she told me to not come back to her house. And I told her, okay, it's fine. But I told her I was gonna go pick up some, you know, some money that I had saved with her, and like sell like a motorcycle I had over there. And she's like, what motorcycle? What money? You don't got nothing. All of that's mine. And she pretty much stole it from me. Then later on, I found out that my dad sold the house that my grandma left me with the property. And we also made it an agave business in Mexico. And my friend from Mexico told me that my brothers and sisters, they sold some of the agave and they never gave me no money. Nor did they tell me anything. And right now, they don't even talk to me. Like, every time I show up, they just close the door on me, say I'm crazy, say that I'm violent. But I'm just recording them, you know, and like yesterday I recorded them, and you can tell they're hiding something, you know, but they're hiding the fact that they were getting paid to harass me or spy on me, you know. And yeah, and that's pretty much my gang stalking story, you know. I still get followed and stuff like that. But it's not to that extreme because I have my YouTube channel and I'm exposing it, so they kind of backed off, you know, like they're playing victim now. I don't know if you kind of get it, but yeah, you know. But it's some evil stuff, bro, to be honest. Like, it involves so many people. It involves some police, some firefighters, some ambulances. Oh, as a matter of fact, it involves like paramedics, firefighters, police, business owners. Because it's kind of like a cult, you know, like a secret society stuff. So yeah. And but they paid everybody. As a matter of fact, they paid my last landlord. And my landlord told me, because he told me low key, because, you know, he said that he knew I was chill and that they were assholes, but he told me that he needed the money or something like that. And because his girls were in college. But yeah, pretty much that gang stalking is real. Later on, I'm gonna do another video more into detail on every tactic that they use, you know, so you guys don't fall for it. See you guys on the next one.